Hey T Squad, it's me, Keisha, and I'm here with this week's All Tea All Shade, Belle Collective, Season 4, Episode 5 review. Okay, so in this week's episode, we pick up with Leticia and Glen arguing over this contract situation for the commercial. And they going back and forth. Glen is in the room getting dressed, talking about Cliff warned him about this. He said she was going to do this and all of this, that, and the third. And she looking at him like he crazy. Like, why are you listening to Cliff of all people? Then they go out to do the commercial. And in the beginning, like, Leticia can't focus because she's still mad about the argument they just had. But eventually they're able to pull everything off and get everything done. Willie wants Aikisha and the kids to come back to Jersey because she got turned down for the Farish Street project. So until they can, I guess, appeal or try again or whatever, he was like, there's really no reason for us to be here. And I want my family next to me at the end of the day. So now that has Aikisha wondering, like, where's her place? Does she even need to be there? Does she need to go home with her husband? It's a lot going on for Aikisha. So we then find out that Essie is moving back to her childhood home to be near her deceased parents. They left her their home in the will and she's renovated it. And so Marie comes down to see the house and everything. And Marie tells her that her mama stole her mink coat, child, and sold it for $30 to get that rock. And at this point, she just don't know what to do anymore. Like, she's tried everything, rehab, talking to her, everything. And so Essie suggests she take her mama to therapy to deal with whatever issues, that she has. We can't ever say what's going to work and what isn't going to work, but I just don't know at this point. It's just, and it is like, well, when do you just say enough is enough and give up on your mom? But it's given so much wear and tear on Marie. Marie already has lupus and have her own children in the show and her multiple businesses to worry about. And then on top of that, worrying about her mama. Like, is Maria only child? Like, do she have any brothers or sisters to help her? Y'all let me know about that down below in the comment section. But I just truly feel bad for her. I really honestly do. And I don't know. I don't even know at this point, will therapy help? Like, what will actually help? Is it a thing where she's just so old now, she's just set in her ways and her addiction? Like, I don't know at this point, y'all. I don't even know what I would do, honestly. So Latrice and Cliff visit her new salon property that is still not done. She has her brother working on it, but her brother works in landscape, not renovations. So I don't even know why she hired him in the first place. But she wants Cliff back on the job because this is what Cliff does, and Cliff was like, all right, I'll get back in there and get it done. And he was like, this is why she stay with me. This is why we together, because she know I comes through for her. Much like a father, but okay. Weird, but all right. So Aikisha and Marie have a play date with their kids, but Aikisha doesn't even bring her kids because she says that her son or whatever was sick. So they sit down and they talking, and she says that, the Farish Street people didn't approve her redevelopment plan, but they still want her to be involved, whatever. So at this point, from what I got from her, she can't buy the block, but she can buy a building outside of the property she already owns. So now it'll be a thing where she has to buy building by building by building. And I guess she didn't want to do that or whatever at first, which I didn't understand why not. Like, what's the big whoop? You're just buying it one by one, but whatever. So Marie asks, was she trying to do what Tisha did with Farish Street? And Aikisha says she didn't know Leticia's plans. And you could tell she was already offended by Marie even asking that question, honey. So Marie was like, it really sounded like both of y'all done ran into some roadblocks. And I mean, to be honest with you, nothing that Marie said was wrong. It was 100% factual. Like, both of y'all were told no. Both of y'all are at a standstill pretty much at this point. So, like, I don't even understand why Aikisha was so, offended. So Aikisha was like, you continue to compare. And Marie was like, I'm not comparing. What I'm saying is neither of y'all. And then Aikisha cuts her off and was like, but you can't keep saying neither one of y'all because Tisha and Aikisha don't compare. And it's like, well, okay, girl, like, say it with your chest. Like, it was given condescending and snooty. It really honestly was. It was given like, ick, how dare you compare me to her? And it's just like, calm down. Calm down. Y'all literally were doing the same thing. Y'all literally are both in the same predicament. Like, Aikisha, I like you this season. I think that you really had a great season. But like, this seasoning that you was given was real stank and salty. Okay? So, Marie in her confessional was like, you are currently unsuccessful because you haven't gotten any further or farther ahead than Leticia, which is true. Like, the only thing that she could do that Leticia couldn't do is probably buy one of the buildings right off rip. You know what I'm saying? So, Aikisha brings up the block going up for sale and asks why Tisha didn't buy it, like buy a property. And Marie was like, well, why you ain't buy one? So Aikisha was like, I was trying to buy it. I can develop on my own land. Okay, well, why don't you? Like, kickstart it. Like, why are you waiting for other people to, you know, get in there and do something, or to have the whole block in order for you to get things popping? Maybe if you develop on your land and, you know, I don't know how much property she has, but put a coffee shop, put a boutique, put a restaurant, do something to get people excited, and then other people then will follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why she just won't do that. Y'all, you and your husband already got y'all bar or whatever out there in New York, New Jersey or whatever. Why don't you do that down there? You know, and get things popping. So, and then that way, the people that is over the Farish Street project can see the type of business and employment rates that you could bring to the city, and then they could change their mind. Like, I don't understand. Like, you know, maybe it ain't for me to understand, child. So, Marie was like, then why are you dealing with that? Like, dealing with the whole buying the block thing. And Aikisha was like, cause I want to own more land. And it's like, I get that, but that was just like, to me, it's being greedy, and it was coming across like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like hard-headed, pig-headed. Like, if I can't get what I want, then I'm mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, throwing a tantrum. So Marie was like, that blueprint you have is Leticia's. And Aikisha denies it and says that Leticia can't even afford the blueprint that she has. And I was like, now, wait a minute. Now, all of that wasn't necessary. I could see if Leticia was there talking shit, but like, you just doing the most. And it was just like, wow. Like, calm down. We know you got money, girl. You ain't got to flex on everybody. All right, girl. Okay. At the end of the day, they both had the same idea. She says that she was already working on Farish Street project, I believe, in the interview she did with Carlos or whatever before she got on the show, or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, like Marie said, y'all both are in the same predicament. Now, the question is, do y'all think that Marie was being messy, bringing this conversation up? I don't think in the beginning she was being messy. I think that she was just pointing out the obvious. That's how I feel. So after that, Glen visits Tisha at her office, and she asks him to stop popping up without calling. Like, cause nigga, like, stop. So Glen asks her to put his music under her enterprise business. Now, I'm confused because you was just accusing her of possibly stealing your money from this commercial, and you don't trust her, and this, that, and the third. But now you asking for your music to be placed under her enterprise umbrella. And I was like, huh, what is going on? But we then find out in his confessional that he has no plans of being a rapper for real. He just is using this as an opportunity to get close to her and spend time with her. Cause she's always working. But Leticia is going off because from her standpoint, she's still tripping off what he just did at the commercial. And now you come to me about this. It's like you playing. Like, what are you doing? Like, Huh? So she going off. And he get an attitude with her going off and was like, I ain't got time for this or whatever, and take off his mic and leave and all of that stuff. And it was just like, you set yourself up for failure. Because if you just would have came in on some, I just want to spend time with you. I miss you. I miss your company. I want to, be up under you. I want to see you. That's all you had to say instead of doing all these rigmarole and going all around the mulberry bush, and just be a man to say what it is. Grow up. Ugh. So Aikisha and Gucci do a Zumba class together, and I loved Gucci's fishtail ponytail. Loved it. She looked so cute. And Aikisha says there's no real reason for her to be in Alabama since the building she wants isn't up to code yet. And Gucci like, girl, don't you leave me. Don't you leave me with these helpers. Like, I need you here. So at the end of the episode, Tisha meets up with Marie to have drinks. Now, if you paying attention to the background of the little bar or whatever they was at, you can see the guy, one of the workers in the back cleaning up, like putting up the bar stools or whatever. So I don't know if this is a situation where Carlos and them was able to get in to have them film before closing hours so they, it wouldn't be packed or whatever. I don't know, but it was only like 4 other people at the bar. And what cracked me up is during this whole scene, the dude that was sitting next to Leticia was all in their mouth, just looking like, I was like, can you make it more obvious? I don't know if he was just being nosy. I don't know what was going on, but he was tickling me. So Leticia tells Marie that she hasn't spoken to Glen since they got into it. He's supposed to be on the tugboat, mind you. She spoke to him that morning, told him goodbye. She thinking that he rolling down the Mississippi River. Next thing you know, this fool pop up on them. And Marie was like, well, goddamn, man, are you following us? Like, every time I'm with this girl, here you go popping up like a pimple. What is going on? So, Marie gonna say in her confessional, Glen walk up looking like Popeye the Sailor Man with his uniform on. And he was giving Popeye for real. So Leticia like jumped when she see him, and she was like, what are you doing here? Like, why ain't you rolling down the river? So Glen was like, I see you on another date with Marie, starting already. Well, they both were starting with each other. Let's just be clear. So Marie was like, he must got a track on your A. What is this? This ish is crazy. Like, it would be kind of getting on my nerves. Like, every time I'm with you, I gotta worry about your husband popping up and causing issues. Like, girl, ain't nobody got time for this. Like, you need to handle your scandal. So Glen was like, I thought your reaction would be different to Leticia. And Tisha was like, I feel like I'm being played with. And Marie was like, I'm finna bounce because he a clown. And so she grabbed her drink to go. And Glen was like, make sure you get your batteries. And Leticia looking at him like, really? This is what we doing? Yeah, if I was her friend and her husband keep on popping up on us every time we go out, like, you acting worse than Cliff now at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, don't ask me to go out with you no more. Because I ain't got time for this. You can get stalked all you want, but this ain't my ministry, okay? Y'all keep that to y'allself, all right? Yeah, that would get on my nerves. And Leticia should feel embarrassed. But once again, I'm sick of this Leticia and Glen story. Either accept him for who he is and be with him in peace and stop making this a storyline, or actually leave him for real, because I'm sick of it. We are, how many seasons in? What season is this? 4 seasons in, and ain't nothing about your storyline changed. I'm sick of it. We all know y'all still together. We all know y'all still live together. Ain't nothing changed. So I'm tired of this narrative on the show. Either leave him or be with him and allow him to be him, and you just be miserable, because I'm sick of it. Okay? Other than that, I'm going to give this week's episode of Belle Collective a B-. It was good. Wasn't my fave, but it was good. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section what y'all thought about this week's episode. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.